the new American dream can it can be attained in the United States, but it is significantly more difficult. Okay, because I said before, every recession it gets worse and worse and worse for most people. Not everybody, maybe you're watching this, you haven't been affected, but overall, every recession, which is typically has been now every 10 years, every 10 to 12 years, it gets worse and worse and worse economically for most Americans. They have less disposable income. They have more credit card debt. I know I had to use their credit cards because their full-time job could not pay for all of their expenses. I've seen that more than once, and where somebody makes 12 or $15 an hour, 12 or $14 an hour, and they still have to use their credit card to pay for 10 to 15% of the necessary expenses because that job doesn't cover. It could be maybe the state income tax is high or whatever it is, but no one should have to use a credit card because their job doesn't pay enough. To me, that's mind-boggling. But the new American dream can be attained in the US, but it is becoming significantly more difficult. However, the new American dream can be attained if you look beyond your borders. Maybe this is not something you're ready to do right now. That's fine. But maybe this is something you can start considering to do in a year, possibly in 2 years. Okay. This is the reason why I have chosen to live here in Mexico. Just think about this. As one person, okay, I'm one person, obviously, but as one person, I told you my expenses. Well, I told you my rental. Okay, so if the food expenses is about, I don't know, let's call it with the currency conversions, let's call it $300 a month. Okay, and this is for two people because I live with my girlfriend. Okay, so $300 a month. Okay, and healthcare here, you can go to any pharmacia. So a lot of the pharmacies here have doctors on site, and they do everything that they would do if you went to a clinic or hospital. They check your blood pressure, they tell you to lay on the table, and they check your heart. Again, all the things that you would expect in the US, most of that is done here. And for a consult with a doctor, maximum you'll pay what? $5. Maybe in some more private places you'll pay $10 for a consult versus a consult in the US where you're going to pay at least $100. Unless you have your health care through your company, through your employer rather. There are so many benefits. It's just like to do leisurely activities here, again, much cheaper. To eat out here, much cheaper. For me, it just makes sense. I knew that if I live in the US today, I will live an okay lifestyle without working. I'll live an okay lifestyle. But obviously, I can live a better lifestyle here